Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Project Pan 2026. I know Project Pan brings in a bunch of new audience members, so just to reintroduce myself, my name's Elise. I do a lot of sustainability content here, elevated living, mindful, conscious consumption. It's all the rage here. Project Pan is something I've been doing for years on end, so if you've been here since the beginning, so excited to have you along for 2026. I am feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm just getting over a cold, so sorry if I sound a little bit nasally. It's just that time of the year, but I'm so excited to introduce a whole new lineup of 2026 products for Project Pan this year. If you like these videos, definitely subscribe. I put them out quarterly, which means you get 4 update videos a year with the finale all the way at the end of the year. So if you want to see my progress, definitely stick around. And also like this video. Let me know that you like Project Pan videos and I'll keep them coming for sure. Let's just jump right on into it. I'm gonna start with lips first. Lips have been something that in 2025 I was really heavily experimenting with and also kind of getting sucked into trends, unfortunately, which does mean that I have a surplus of lip product. And also lip for me is not an area of my face that I'm super jazzed about always like putting product on, so it does take me a little bit longer to go through it. Being a thin lip girly, you know, I don't always want to draw the most attention, or if I have to overline, then I have to really keep it up and like commit to the bit for the day, and sometimes that's just too much. So I have 3 products, all very different from one another. The first one is this Sachu lip liner stain, which I'm sure you've seen all over TikTok, all over Instagram, all over literally everywhere. If you have social media, you've seen this product. I got the shade P-Inked, whatever, and I have it on now. Actually, I very, very lightly put it on today, but it's much deeper, rosier, darker than what I was intending. I just wanted like a My Lips But Better kind of shade. Got this one, saw it on the model, just didn't look the same on me. It looks very deep red. I'll even swatch it on the back of my hand for you. And even out the tube, immediately you can see it is very, very deep. So when it does eventually peel off, it still leaves a very deep rosy red color behind. This is gonna be a little bit hard to gauge how much progress I've made, but I think I'll be able to tell by like how dry it is or how easily or stickily, I don't know if that's a word, or how sticky it is to apply. So I'll just try to keep tabs on this as best as I can throughout the year. Up next is a product that I got as like a birthday gift from Sephora ages ago. I don't even know what year, but it is the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in shade Cruella. I know I just said I did not want to really bring attention to lips, but I have to use this Fire Engine Red, deep red somehow. And honestly, I love the formulation of this. I think it's such a great, nice lip crayon, and I do want to eventually use it all up. It is a really luxurious feel, and I do like applying it, and it does not really bleed out very often / ever anytime I've ever used it. And I don't know, this shade of red on me does look really good. It does kind of like make my eyes pop a little bit, and it does just bring a little something extra to the face if I have like kind of a bleh makeup day or I want to stay really neutral with the eyes but go all out with the lip. This is something I feel is going to be a little bit difficult to work into my everyday, or I'm going to be someone who makes red lip her new signature thing. There's like no in between here. Up next is this Lancome Color Design Pale Lip Cream. I don't even know if you could consider this a lipstick, but it is in a lipstick tube and it is exactly what it looks like. It doesn't even look like it's been used at all. That's how avoidant I am with this shade, and the reason being is because it's a very sheer sheen and it's just not really my color. You can barely see it swatched on the back of my hand here, but there she is. I have had this sitting. I actually think I stole this from my mom. Let's be honest here. I'm pretty sure this is hers, but now it's mine, and now I'm responsible for using it up. So that's what I get from taking from my mom, which means I was probably about like 15 or 16 when I actually borrowed it and never gave it back. But it is not really my shade, but I think the way I'm gonna use this is with like a more dramatic lip liner and then just this pale cream pinky shade to just kind of like blend with the lip liner. I think that's how I'm gonna be able to get through it, but guys, it looks like it hasn't been touched or used at all. So we've got a lot of work to do with her this year. The next set of products is all focused on complexion and face. So I'm just gonna start off with something that was actually in last year's project pan, and that is my e.l.f. HD translucent powder. This I used to love. This was the only powder I ever used. And then I realized in pictures it was giving me flashback, which is really unfortunate because I only use it under my eyes. I really only use powder under my eyes, but I'm gonna try to still work through this and work it in like a natural way. I think it's gonna be good for like my T-zone at minimum. If not under my eyes, that's fine, but definitely need to use this up. I don't want it just sitting in my drawer, so I'm gonna try my absolute best to use it where I can. It was hard for me to show you how much of it was left, but I think I found the method. I'm just gonna shake it to the bottom and you can see less than half of it is left, which is great. So we'll see how I get on there. I think I'll be able to use it before the end of the year is up. Okay, next I have all like cheek product. So let's move to the Milk Makeup Contour Stick. This is in the shade Toasted. I bought this thinking it was a bronzer, and then I was like, okay, well, it's not a bronzer, it's a contour stick. And I just don't contour super often. So let's see how much, oof, wait. That's kind of a lot left. Oh my God, I thought it really wasn't gonna be this much because I was pretty consistently using it, but that's still definitely a lot left. So if that doesn't show you how much work we've got to do, I don't know what will, but I do love Milk makeup, don't get me wrong. I just don't really see the need to contour every single day. So I'm gonna have to work this in new ways or be contouring my nose or under my lips like every single day. That is one of my like, I wouldn't call it a hack, but my thin lip girlies, if you want a little bit more of a pout, just a tiny bit of contour underneath the bottom lip and boom, you have like a nice little natural little pout. I don't know. This is one of those products that like, it looks small, but it's mighty. And I have no idea how long it's actually gonna take me to use this up, especially because contour is not something I do every single day without fail. Mascara, yeah, sure. Blush, of course. Contour though, that's a different story. So we'll see how far I get with her, but definitely excited for the challenge. Next up, I have this Laura Geller blush in the shade Tropic Hues. This is actually a baked blush and brighten because there is highlight mixed in here. I did have this in a project pan, I think 2 years ago, and I was able to like knock off the top of the dome, which was really exciting. I do think she's a beautiful, beautiful shade. Lots of like richness in there. I'll try to swatch it for you right now. And kind of does a lot of things in one blush, which I really appreciate. It definitely, it's right here, it gives a bit more peachy pink than it looks like it does in the pot itself. It definitely looks like it's going to be a bit more mauve-y, but I think it looks like Jupiter, to me, honestly. It's just absolutely stunning. It's just gorgeous. But anyway, it gives a lot of different tones and a lot of depth and dimension to the cheek, which I really love, and I'm very excited to get to use this and work my way through it. Just with Project Pan, I just have so many blushes and so many that I really do enjoy using. And I feel like if I set my sights on one, then I like obviously can't use the other 7 that I also have, because the only way to really make progress is to focus on 1 or 2. So I am excited to get back into this and hopefully use her all up. Okay, my phone's kind of blowing up. Okay, next thing is something I won in a giveaway, which is crazy because I'm not the type of girl to ever be winning giveaways, much less a Lexi Lombard giveaway. She had a bunch of PR that she gave away to a bunch of people. I was one of those people. So it actually was like a double-edged sword of like, oh my God, yay, like a giveaway. But then I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of products. And I'm not gonna say no to it because it was like a bunch of, a big range, like not only beauty. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be grateful and happy that I won something because that never happens. Anyway, long story short, I got this Anastasia Beverly Hills. Actually got 2 of them. It's a blurring serum blush. It's absolutely gorgeous. I have it on today. This is a very deep plum shade. And what's funny is I almost got rid of this because I thought, oh my God, it's so deep. I was gonna give it to someone. And then I watched an Instagram tutorial, which is like typical. I was on Pinterest looking for inspo, and I saw someone use a similar blush color to this, but for their lips, their cheeks, and their eye. I don't know what product it was, but it inspired me to give this another go, and upon blending it out and using like just the right amount, it is really beautiful and it's not overwhelming whatsoever. So I am going to try to work my way through this. I think it will also really be good for summer with a tan. I always say that. I was like, when I'm tan, I never tan. I'll always just like put fake tan on or something, but truly in the summer, I think this will look gorgeous. As you guys know, or maybe you don't know, I try to keep the products to 10 just across the board. I feel like that can hit a bunch of different categories. So we have 3 more left. The last category I'm covering is going to be eyes. I'm just gonna get straight into it with the same exact giveaway. I won an entire eye palette, which is like great. You know, I don't want to be ungrateful, but it was definitely like, oh my God, I have so many eye palettes, and this is a completely untouched one that I'm gonna have to work through now. This is the Soft Glam by, again, Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is such a funny callback to last year's Project Pan because I was using the Modern Renaissance that I've had since literally 2016, and now we have the Soft Glam palette, which I do really love the shades, and the mirror is not broken in this one, and the cover is not disgusting, so we love that. But it does look like something I would just use like kind of day in and day out. It has a bunch of those super fun glittery shades as well, but it's practically completely untouched. I've dipped in here like once or twice just to kind of swatch things. I think this is like another really good palette for me. It definitely has a bit more of those base shades and easier to work with shades. And then also a lot of like the oranges and the pinks and the purples. And like I see this mulberry shade is really calling my name. So I am excited to dip into this. Do I think I'm gonna hit pan entirely on the full thing? Absolutely not, but I think I could knock out like a shade or two. We'll see, because it is completely untouched, and that's kind of intimidating. All right, now we're down to my last 2 products. This next one, if you've been watching for a while, is absolutely no surprise whatsoever, and that is my Tarte Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Ash Blonde, which I recently found out they don't even make anymore, so I don't know what would be comparable. We have made a good bit of progress on her throughout the years, which is really exciting, but we're just gonna keep trucking on. We keep on keeping on. And lastly, I am going to be using my MAC Soft Ochre Pro Longwear Paint Pot. I got this as an eyeshadow primer, not realizing how tacky it was, and then maybe like a year or so later, I got the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and I was using that for my under eyes and as eyeshadow primer, and then I completely forgot about this. I'm still using the NARS Soft Matte as my under eye concealer, but I want to make a point to continue to use this. Otherwise, there's really no point for me to use it. So I think kind of the goal is I'm gonna use up this primer, it's gonna be gone, and then I'm just gonna have the concealer that's gonna be for under eyes and eyelid primer. I feel like that makes sense to have a dual purpose product rather than like 2 different products that kind of do the same thing anyway. But this is literally just the most, like for my skin tone, neutral base shade ever. It's almost like a concealer. I guess you could wear it by itself. For me, it gives like a little bit like of a yellowy tone. So I don't just like put on my eyelids and go. I put it on and then usually put a powder on top, and that's how I use it. Guys, this was supposed to be a short and sweet little intro. I'm very excited to show you all the products as we go through them. Again, definitely subscribe so you can keep up with this series. I would love to have you along, and I also make a bunch of other sustainability content, elevated living, conscious consumption, just to lower our impact on the earth, use what we have, and be grateful for the life that we already have and how much stuff we own. You know, you gotta use it. You have it, you should use it, you should enjoy it, and not go broke chasing new trends. All right, I'm off my soapbox. I love you so very much. If you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. I will catch you in my next one. But if you wanna see one recommended just for you, the algorithm has got one. So stick around to see what that is. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Don't forget to be kind to yourself, others, and the planet. Bye.